Hi, everybody, and welcome along. I'm Alex from OET. This is week 3 of the OET Improve Your English Challenge. Thank you for joining me. If you're here live on YouTube or Facebook, say hello in the chat box. If you're watching after the session, you can use the comment section if you want to ask a question or answer a question or say hello. I can see people from all over the world here. I'm in Melbourne. I can see Ayesha in Saudi Arabia. Sudha is in Kerala. Greetings from Dubai, from Alexi. Fantastic. All right. Now, last week we worked on vocabulary in this session. And so we're going to start today with a review of last week. And then we're going to get into reading. We're going to work on reading skills today. We're not doing an OET practice test, but later in the week there will be sessions that you can do with our All-Stars that will take you through some OET reading. But as we work through the session today, please participate, use the chat box, play along. There is plenty for you to do. Hello, everybody. Fantastic. Nice big crowd here today. Okay, let's get started. Here's my first question for you. What vocabulary did you pick up last week? Pick up meaning learn. It kind of means learn without really trying. What new vocab did you pick up last week? Maybe through an All-Stars class, maybe through this class, maybe through reading a journal, doing OET reading. What have we got? Anamika. What does that mean, Rocklin? New word for me too. So tell me in the chat box, give me some vocab. Maybe you learnt some phrasal verbs. Maybe you learnt some vocab about pain from one of our vocab builders. Hi, guys. Elucidate. Angel learnt the word elucidate. Beautiful. Can you put it in a sentence for me? Elucidate. It's a beautiful word, that one. Appease from Raza. Cut down on. Very good. Adil, are you cutting down on anything? I'm trying to cut down on sugar at the moment. Impossible. Impossible. Lobbyist. Disproportionately from Michael. Very good. Great. If you're watching at home, maybe write these words down. You can look them up afterwards. Now, the reason I'm asking this question and the reason I've put this phrasal verb, pick up, is because last week we did a quiz at the end of the session and I felt like our phrasal verb knowledge was not great. So we're going to have another chance today and I'm going to do an activity with you from Improve Your English. So I'm going to share the website with you. One second. Adil says, this year I have decided to cut down on cigarettes and alcohol. That's a very good aim, I think. Very healthy aim. Okay. So I'm sharing here the Improve Your English section of the OET website. I'm also going to pop the web address into the chat box for you, and you'll be able to grab it at the end of class too. So this is the section where we've put all our language building activities for the 6-week challenge. As you scroll down, there's a video here, some information about the challenge. These are our 3 sections: grammar, vocab, and workplace English. And if you keep going down, there is a study planner here. I'll just show you this in case you haven't got it. So the study planner will help you to make your goals for the week and reflect on the week. And it's beautiful too, look at it. So there's instructions at the start showing how to use it, links back to the sections of the website. And this is week 1. You can start week 1 now if you want. This is last week, week 2. So hopefully you did some of these activities. This is what we're going to look at today, phrasal verbs. We had grammar about passive voice, making open questions, and workplace English, where there are videos and quizzes, open and closed questions, organ systems, checking a patient has understood you, really good skills for OET speaking in there, and a space for you to write your own goals. That was last week. And coming up for this week's challenge, these are some of the lessons. So vocab about drugs, looking at the academic word list, which we discussed last week, and lots more. So hopefully you've already got your study planner. If not, you can just download it for free from the link that I showed you. But what I want to look at together, is vocab. Actually, I'm going to share this screen a little differently. So week 1, week 2, phrasal verbs. This is the lesson that I just want to review together. When you go here, there is a description. We're going to skip that, and we're going to go straight to the phrasal verb quiz. Firstly, tell me, did you do it? Have you already done the phrasal verb quiz in Improve Your English? Let's see. Okay, a couple of yeses. That's good. So you should score 100%. Now, phrasal verbs are, of course, language that is used very commonly in spoken English, but you will also find phrasal verbs in written text and, of course, in listening as well. If you're listening to a podcast, if you're listening to an OET listening test, of course, phrasal verbs will pop up a lot. All right, so let's see together. Just let me know if that's big enough. I'll take myself off the screen. Okay, let's do it together. So I've got 5 definitions here and 5 phrasal verbs down the bottom. Swell up, come down with, get over, flare up, and pass away. So the first one, become larger or rounder in size. What phrasal verb is that? Like, I sprained my ankle and then it's something. Is it swell up, come down with, get over, flare up, or pass away? Justine, well done. You are the quickest one there. Justine says swell up. By the way, if you're doing this on your phone, you can just click on the phrasal verb and then click on the gap and it will move it for you. Okay, what about the next one? Begin to suffer from an illness. I went swimming in the ocean and it was 2 degrees and I cold. Begin to suffer from an illness. I went swimming, it was freezing, and few people guessing flare up. I'm going to give you a hint. It's not that one. Begin to suffer from an illness. Let's come back to that one. I don't know if anyone's got it yet. What about 3? Recover from. Recover from. It will take 3 weeks to the flu. It will take 3 weeks to very good. Joy has got number 2. Kennedy's got number 2. And Abdullah, you've got number 3. Let's move that to the space here. Get over. And I'm going to do this one. A lot of people got it in the end. Come down with. Okay, number 4, easy one. Another word for die. Flare up or pass away? Yeah, you know it. Pass away, which means suddenly return or become painful again. Like my tooth was sore and then I had a filling and then it became painful again. It flared up again. Let's check. 5 out of 5. Okay, anything new there? Remember, you can come back and practice this again. Here are the next 5. Now for these ones, I'm going to be quiet for a second and just let you think about it. I'm going to give you about 1 minute. And in the chat box, write the number, like number 6, and then the phrasal verb so that I can check. So put the number and the phrasal verb. 1 minute to do it. Have a go. All right, here come the answers. Sorry if the screen is a little blurry. I'll try to clear it up on the next time. Sometimes if you close the screen and come back, it will fix up. So recover consciousness. Majority rules. Come to vomit. That's an easy one, I think. Throw up. To lose consciousness. Pass out, rule out, break out in. Pass out. Let's try. Let's see here. Okay, Maya and Joy have done number 10. Rule out, that's correct. And therefore 9 is break out and be suddenly affected by an unpleasant sensation or a condition. Perfection, well done. Very good. Okay, let me just try to share the screen in a different way for one final quick activity here. Just want to make it a little clearer for you. How are you feeling about your phrasal verb knowledge? Noticing any issues? Very good. So it's all just learning. If you got it wrong, that's great. Next time you'll get it right. Okay, the next activity is to take those phrasal verbs and put them into a sentence. And we're just going to do the first 5, and you can do the other ones on your own after this session. Hopefully that's a bit clearer. Okay, so the instructions here are write the correct phrasal verb into the gaps, but be careful with tenses. And there's a little clue here as well. Okay, so let's have a go at this. Type your answers in the chat box with the number. So first one, his face, after the extraction, but the paracetamol helped with the pain. His face, and I'll give the clue, became larger or rounder. After the extraction, something was removed, but the paracetamol helped with the pain. Who wants to be brave here? So got bigger, became larger, rounder. Angelica, you've got it, but I want that in past tense. Good. Michael, you've got it too. Just change to past tense. Truman, you've got it. Well done. It's in the past. It swelled up after the extraction, but the paracetamol helped. Okay, 2, I have a terrible needle phobia. Just the sight of one can make me lose consciousness. I have a terrible phobia. The sight can make me lose consciousness. What's the phrasal verb? And you got it. First one. Pass out. Lose consciousness. Okay. Yeah, Nancy, that's right. Pass out is faint. That's it. Okay, 3. Some people find therapy can help them to something, the shock of diagnosis. Some people find that therapy can help them to recover from the shock of diagnosis. Phrasal verb. Help them to recover from. That's a great guess, Madhav. Cope with, I like that. But think of a phrasal verb from the screen before. Abdullah, yes. So recover from, get over. Recover from the shock, get over the shock. Okay, 4, if she has any dairy, something in a red bumpy rash. She is suddenly affected by unpleasant sensation. If she has any dairy, red bumpy rash. Ooh, you'll have to help me with this one. Could be a few different things. Abdullah again. That's it, but you're missing one letter. So this is Abdullah's answers. If she has any dairy, she break out in a bumpy rash. Correct phrasal verb, but what's missing here? Something missing. Just one little important letter. She breaks. Yeah. Okay, last one, 5. She will usually something as soon as the seizure ends. She'll usually recover consciousness. She'll usually recover consciousness. First one is right, Eben and Kennedy. You got the first word. We need the second word. Wake up, Nancy says. Yep, similar to that, but regain consciousness. Big boss, you got it. Well done. Come to, it could also be come round. Now, let me just double check. We got them all right. Swelled up, pass out, get over, breaks out, in. Your mission after this class is to do sentences 6 to 10. I'll share the link in the chat box for easy access. Then you'll have something to do. We won't do it all together. But well done. So I think there's still opportunity for you to improve your phrasal verb knowledge. Quite fun to learn phrasal verbs. There's lots of them. It's quite confusing. So try to learn them and put them in context like we've done with that activity. Okay. Well done, everyone. So that's vocab. Let's get back to our focus of this week, which is all about reading. Thank you for those answers. Thanks, guys, for playing along. Let's talk about reading. And tell me, again, in the chat box, what have you read recently? It can be a book or a journal article, a test. Tell me about what you are reading. I'll tell you what I'm reading while I'm waiting for your answers. I confess I don't read very much lately. I'm quite into a few TV shows, but I was reading something the other day just about e-learning. I was interested in that. So I was reading, I guess it's a book, but it was a really, really short book. That was interesting. What are we reading? Chitra is doing OET reading material. Robbie is reading Tuesdays with Maury. That's a really sad book. Is that the one, Robbie? MNT Newsletter by Shibi. Why Do We Sleep? Big Boss. Well, that's great because actually we're going to be reading something about sleep today. Medicine Notes. Ali's reading the newspaper. Casey's reading about COVID side effects. Atomic Habits. That's a good book I've heard. Lab Results. Medscape. That's a good one. All right, great. So let's think about the 3 important reading skills. And these are 3 reading skills you use in your study to be a healthcare professional. You probably use them when you're Googling stuff, and you'll definitely use them in the OET reading test. And you've probably heard their names a lot. We're going to talk about skimming, scanning, and the third one is careful reading. Skimming, scanning, careful reading. You're familiar with those terms, I hope. Probably hear them all the time. So I'm going to give you the definition. I want you to match the definition to the skill. Okay, so one of these is reading to understand. One of these is reading quickly and superficially. And one is looking, not reading, looking for specific details. Which definition matches which word? Skimming, scanning, careful reading. 3 quite different skills. Okay, so this is what we've got. Skimming is reading quickly and superficially, almost not reading, going really quickly through a text. Scanning is when you're looking for specific details, you're hunting for something, again, not really reading. And the third one is when you're really trying to understand something, reading to understand. Yeah, exactly. So during the OET reading test, you'll use all 3 skills, and quite a lot of the time you'll be doing careful reading. Okay, I'm going to give you a situation and tell me which skill I would use in this situation. Okay, so the first one, I want to know how a text is organized. So maybe I have a huge article and I want to know, is it a problem and solution situation? Is it in chronological order? Is it an argumentative piece? Is it a summary of different research findings? Would I skim? Would I scan? Or would I carefully read? I want to know, how is this text organized? A few people saying scanning. Some saying skimming. So for this one, yeah, I would skim. So I'll be looking fairly quickly through it. I want to maybe check the first sentence of each paragraph. I might look at the intro and the ending, and that will just tell me how this text is constructed. Okay, so it's not scanning because I'm not hunting for something in particular. Like, I'm not looking for a particular name or a date. I want to look holistically at the whole thing. So I want to see basically, is it worth my time reading this? Is this the kind of article that I'm looking for? Okay, next situation. I want to know a writer's opinion. Okay, so I want to understand their attitude, how they feel about something. Would I skim, scan, or read carefully? I want to know a writer's opinion. So Aham, Big Boss, I agree with you. I would read this carefully because sometimes opinion is not super clear, as you well know from doing OET reading. Sometimes you have to look really, really carefully at the nuance and the sentences before and after to really understand a writer's opinion. So that one, I would read it carefully. Okay, what about, I want to analyze the results of a study. So I want to deeply understand, was it successful, not successful? What are the implications for me? Skim, scan, careful read. Careful reading. Yeah, so again, I really need to slow down here and read carefully. This is important information, not just looking for something, not looking for an overall idea. I'm reading deeply. Okay, final one. Actually, second final one. I want to find someone's name. So I have an article. I want to find a particular researcher or a particular doctor or nurse or family member. What would I do? Skim, scan, or carefully read? Yeah, that's it. This one we're going to scan. So we're not reading, we're just looking for it. Final one, I want to know which article to read from my Google search. So I type something in like sleep problems. I have this big list of articles and I want to decide which one am I going to read. What would I do? Skim, scan, carefully read. Okay, so this one, I'd say I'm skimming. So I'm looking pretty quickly, like who wrote it, what's the headline, what's the little bit of text underneath, and from that, I'll decide what I'm going to read. So these are 3 separate skills useful in everyday life. You probably use them all the time. And honestly, if you are not sure, am I skimming or scanning, it doesn't matter. But these are the words that we use when we're talking about reading skills. Okay, so skimming, reading quickly, superficially. Scanning, hunting, careful reading, that's the important one, reading slowly. We're going to focus on careful reading and think of it as reading to understand, or reading with purpose, or active reading. All three, or all four things: careful reading, reading to understand, read with purpose, active reading. These are essential skills in, I guess, in research in general, in academia, and in OET reading as well. And I feel that this skill is becoming less common. Certainly for me, I don't spend much time carefully reading. I do a lot of skimming, a lot of scanning when I'm in front of the computer. I read things very quickly. So it's worth spending time on careful reading to really train those muscles as your test gets closer. So we're going to do this together. I'm going to guide you through a reading and ask you a lot of questions about a text that we're going to see on the screen. Okay, but before we do that, and this is part of careful reading as well, I want you to start thinking about the topic we're going to read about. Okay, so tell me about sleep. Last night, how many hours sleep did you have? How many hours sleep did you have? So this is just getting us in the mindset of thinking about the topic of sleep. How many hours? Personally, last night, I had a huge sleep. I went to bed super, super early and I woke up pretty early, but I reckon I had 8 or 9 hours. Magical. Lots of 7. Helda, Michael, Sonia, Jahangir, 7. Inyobong, 8. Very nice. Ali, 8. Wow, quite a lot. I expected you all to have very short sleeps, 4 and 5 hours. That's good to see everybody's keeping it up. Oh, no, Peach, only 5. Minnie, only 5. That's tough. Deba, she's only 4 for you. Awful. Okay. Next question is, what things affect your sleep? So if you don't sleep well, why is that? What helps you sleep well? What interrupts your sleep? So for me, feeling cold affects my sleep. If I'm cold, I sleep really, really badly. So lots of blankets, beanies, freezing in Melbourne at the moment. Adia says thoughts. Yes, well, that's a big one, isn't it? Overthinking, Jawad. Mary, my dogs. Noisy dogs, huh? The Euro Cup. Warm tea, Ricky says. I assume that helps. Thinking about the future, tension, yeah. All of those things. Girlfriend. All right. So before we get into our reading, again, this is leading towards careful reading. Let's do a vocab exercise. I'm giving you 7 words here. Some of these are from the academic word list. Some I just chose as important for this text. Have a look at the words in blue. We've got here inadequate, detrimental, obstructive, function, distinct, rare, and account for. And in green, I've got the definitions: causing a blockage, comprise, operate, separate, not enough, harmful, and uncommon. I want you to match them up. Okay, so this word, is it A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? Just want you to match the word to the meaning. I'm going to give you a minute and a half. Without help, let's see how you go. Just ignore the timer, but keep going. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Another 30 seconds. Great job, Sana and Jinky and Riki, I think, got all of them. And most of you almost there. So these are the answers. Inadequate, not enough. 1E. 2F, detrimental, harmful. 3, obstructive. A, causing a blockage. Function and operate, the same. Distinct, separate. Rare, uncommon, and account for, comprise. Hopefully you got 100% there. If not, grab a screenshot. That's a word for you to learn for next week. I think everyone did really well there. Nothing too tricky. So far, so good. Okay, before we look at the reading, why is sleep important? This is what we're going to read about, the benefits of sleep. So tell me what you already know. Why is sleep important? Why do I need it? Okay, Arham says to refresh. Absolutely. For a healthy life, for good health, yeah, makes you function better. Maureen says to recuperate, beautiful. Rest your brain, restart your mindset, yes. For optimal functioning of the body, thank you, Kennedy. So many reasons. Rest our brain, good health, yeah, daily activities. Okay, very good. So here is the first part of our reading. I'm going to guess the missing words here. So we're using context. Let's do number 1 together. It begins. Studies have shown that sleep is essential for normal immune system function and to maintain the ability to disease and sickness. Which word makes sense there? There might be lots of options. What do you think makes sense? It's essential for normal immune system function and to maintain the ability to disease and sickness. All right, some good answers coming through. A lot of people say prevent, to prevent disease and sickness. Michael says fight disease and sickness. What else have we got? Okay. Yeah, both of those words absolutely make sense. Prevent or fight. Let's see what the real answer was. Fight. Well done. So as long as you guessed a verb similar to that, you're on the right track. Okay, next sentence. Sleep is also essential for normal nervous something and the ability to function both physically and something. Okay, sleep is also essential for normal nervous something and the ability to function both physically and well done, Isaiah. Great. Have a look at the first sentence. That might give you a clue for the second one. Yep, lots of you getting number 2. Nervous system. And well done, Mariam, for number 4 there. Great, Roy, you got it. Normal nervous system function and the ability to function. Notice the repetition, that's all right. Function both physically and so we need a word that's sort of similar to this. Yeah, lots of you guessing correctly. Well done. Function both physically and mentally. In addition, sleep is vital for and for normal healthy cell growth. You have to use your imagination here. Okay, so fights disease, fights sickness, maintain immune system, normal nervous system function, physical and mental health, and vital for something and normal healthy cell growth. What could it be? Okay, a few people guessing just health. Some people guessing for number 5, sleep is vital for brain. Okay, but you would need the brain. Vital for the brain. This is just one word. Might be a surprise. Learning. There we go. Sleep is vital for learning and for normal, healthy cell growth. Okay, so there's a whole list of things that sleep is essential for. Immune system function, fight disease, fight sickness, normal nervous system function, physical, mental functions, learning, normal, healthy cell growth. In that paragraph, look at the task at the top. Can you see all the linkers, all the addition linkers, all the words that connect things? So I'm talking about this kind of word. And what other addition linkers can you see in this paragraph? Marwa, no, don't worry. Of course, this is not an OET reading. This is just a careful reading activity. Don't panic. Nothing has changed. Very good. Barakit spotted in addition. We've got also. Very good. Yeah, so there's quite a lot and quite a lot of the same word here. And, also, both, and, in addition, and again. So look at this next sentence. Final one. Sleep's huge importance to people's lives. Scientists and medical professionals do not fully understand this complicated physiological phenomenon. What word do you think is number 6? Sorry, just trying to remove that. So it is some kind of linker. Oh, Sechit, well done. I'm going to pop that on the screen. Despite, you got it. So now we've got a contrasting linker here. Despite sleep's huge importance, all of those things before, scientists and medical professionals do not yet fully understand. Well done. Okay, so that exercise, even though I know it's annoying to be stopped and ask questions over and over, what we did in that section, we activated prior knowledge. So we started thinking and talking about sleep. We examined vocabulary. We set a purpose. So I wanted you to read that text really carefully, trying to guess what word could possibly go here. That means you're thinking about grammar, you're thinking about context. Of course, you're thinking about the words that you know as well. We used context and language knowledge to make those decisions, and we were noticing linking words. All of that is part of careful reading, and that is totally different to skimming and scanning where you're just on the surface. This kind of reading is really not more difficult, but takes more energy, much more concentration. Okay, so let's do the same thing just for the next paragraph, maybe a little bit easier this time. I've got 8 quick questions for you. Okay, question number 1. Look at this paragraph. You're going to be all sleep experts after this. Okay, what 2 things can negatively impact health? First one I'll help with here. Mariam, I see your question about although. Just remind me of that at the end and I'll answer then. Okay, it's not clear why the body requires sleep, although inadequate sleep, including disorders such as lack of sleep, for example, insomnia, or disturbed sleep, for example, sleep apnea, can have severe detrimental effects on health. Okay, so that's my question. What 2 things can negatively impact health? Barakat, well done. Bereket says insomnia, sleep apnea. Good, and lots now agreeing with you. That's right. Lack of sleep, which is insomnia, and disturbed sleep, which is sleep apnea. For example, sleep apnea, I should say. Nice. Question 2, what is sleep apnea? What is sleep apnea? Yeah, nice work. So sleep apnea is a type of disturbed sleep. Do you remember last week in our vocab session, I talked about how sometimes in brackets or with commas, like here, the bracket here and here, often that gives you information about the word before. So imagine you didn't know what disturbed sleep meant or you didn't know what sleep apnea meant. The two have a relationship. The brackets should indicate that. Okay, keep moving quickly. What 3 things characterize insomnia? What 3 things characterize insomnia? Just give you a moment. Very nice. So difficulty falling asleep, that's 1. Difficulty maintaining sleep, 2. Waking too early in the morning, that's 3. Great job. Okay, so now that we've read that, can you guess what's the next section going to be about? What's the next sentence going to be about? So we've started with, it's not clear why the body requires sleep, blah, 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 but it could be insomnia or sleep apnea. Insomnia is defined as blah, 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 blah. What do you think is coming next? Next paragraph. Oh, Mariam, nice. Let's see. So this is the next part of the paragraph. And the answer from the first line, it's about sleep apnea. So in that section before, the topic sentence introduced those 2 things, insomnia, sleep apnea, then a section talked about insomnia. It's sort of natural that the next part would talk about sleep apnea. Not always, but it's a good guess thinking about how a paragraph is constructed. Okay, a couple more questions here. 5, what are 2 possible causes of sleep apnea? Yeah. 2 possible causes, mechanical problem and neurological disorders. 2 possible causes. It occurs because of this or this. Well done. Question 6, which sleep apnea accounts for the majority of cases? So which kind of sleep apnea accounts for the majority of cases? Okay, the second sentence says there are 3 distinct forms of sleep apnea: central, obstructive, and complex, with over 80% of cases diagnosed as obstructive sleep apnea, where blah, blah, blah. So those of you who guessed obstructive, correct. Over 80%. Okay, and 7, is obstructive sleep apnea mechanical or neurological? Excellent work. So obstructive sleep apnea, where breathing's interrupted by a physical block, that is mechanical. Yes, nicely done. Whoops. Pardon me. Okay, final question. What happens during mixed sleep apnea? Couple more seconds. Well done in the chat box. Yep, great job, Berekit. There's a transition or a change from central to obstructive features. All right. Very nice. Good work. Okay, I'm not going to do this now because we're running out of time, but I want you to grab a screenshot of this. This is the chunk of text that we just read together. Take a screenshot. After the session, challenge yourself. Can you write a 1 to 2 sentence summary of this paragraph? So use your own words. Explain it if you can in simple terms. Maybe post it into the Facebook group so I can have a look at it. Just write a quick summary. 2 more seconds. Take a screenshot so that we can get to our quiz. All right. So all of that careful reading, let me just remove that for a second. All of that careful reading now I'm going to put into, we'll challenge you to answer this question. Okay, and I want you to, if necessary, you can read it again, but read the question really carefully. Think carefully about the answers. Use your OET skills to eliminate distractors. And I'll give you perhaps just 1 minute quite quickly. Okay, so we've already read the text. We know about the different kinds of sleep disorders, those 2. We know about the 3 different types of sleep apnea. Can anyone remember what they're called? What are the 3 types of sleep apnea? Bonus points. Obstructive, yes. Scrolling up in the chat box. Obstructive, what was it? Central, complex. Okay, so here is the text. Here is the question on the right. Obstructive sleep apnea. A, is mechanical and neurological in origin. Accounts for a minority of cases of sleep apnea. Occurs before central sleep apnea or can occur with central sleep apnea. 1 minute. Answers in the chat box. Okay, nice work, everyone. Let's go through each option. Okay, it's not A. Obstructive sleep apnea is mechanical and neurological. No, it's only mechanical or only physical. Okay, obstructive sleep apnea is not neurological. Okay, B, not B either, accounts for a minority of cases. No, over 80%, so that's majority, not B. C occurs before central sleep apnea. No, when they occur together, it's the other way around. So in mixed sleep apnea, sorry, not complex, mixed, that's what I should have said. There's a transition from central to obstructive. Okay, so not before, actually after. Therefore, the answer is D. It can occur with central sleep apnea. So in the same event in mixed sleep apnea. Pardon me. How did we go? Still not easy, but hopefully the careful reading helped a little. I'll just recap what we did in that careful reading practice. So we activated prior knowledge. When you look at a text, let's say an OET reading part, so you look at the text, try to think, what do I already know about this? What do I want to know? When you're practicing for the test, not on test day, okay, of course, use the vocab, take the vocab, recycle it, learn it. We set the purpose, we use context, focus on linking words. In that last section there, we were reading with purpose, answering those questions. We were using prediction, what's coming up next. And after the class, you will summarize. These are all skills and activities that will help you to be a better careful reader, hopefully. Okay. So some useful websites and tools. I'm going to do this really quickly because I want to get to our quiz. I see the time is ticking. First tool I want to recommend, of course, is the OET Improve Your English website. In the workplace English section, there's videos and quizzes, but often under the video, we've linked to a useful article to read. So I recommend checking out that section this week. Another great tool is called Breaking News English. I don't know if you guys have we talked about this before? Let me know if you've used it. This is a website, just Google it, Breaking News English. It has hundreds and hundreds of lessons, and there's a particular health section. I'll share it on the Facebook group tomorrow. And it's really good because you can divide the reading, or you can choose the reading at different levels. You can also practice speed reading at different speeds. You can do vocabulary exercises like this one, drop-down menus. There's audio questions. You can hear it in different accents. Really, really, yeah, it's free. It's a beautiful website. Highly recommend Breaking News English. And you can use it on your own. Don't need a teacher for it. Although a teacher's great, of course. And sample tests. You might know, of course, we have sample tests on the website for free. And can you see really faintly here, if you click the grey button, you can practice them in the computer-delivered format as well, which is pretty cool. So if you're preparing for OET on computer, make sure you do your practice tests in the computer mode. Okay, final reading tip summary. Use the right skill at the right time. Skim, scan, careful read. Always read with a purpose, particularly when you're doing part B and C. Try to read actively, ask yourself questions. Look at the language around what you're reading. Practice summarizing before test day. Build language, read at length, build stamina. Oh gosh, I need to do that. I have very low concentration span these days. Very distractible. All right, so it is time for our week 3 Improve Your English game. Sorry, I can see a few questions. I'll try to get to them at the end. Those regulars know that we use Kahoot to play our quiz. This particular quiz, I'm going to test your knowledge of prepositions is one of them, and also words from the academic word list. Those are both lessons from week 2. So you need a browser. If you're on the computer, grab your phone and open another browser, or just open a browser on your phone or your computer and go to kahoot.it. So we're going to play the game on Kahoot. I will share a code with you in a moment. Let's see here. Oh, and by the way, there's a prize for the winner today. So if you answer all the questions correctly and you are number 1, this is important information. If you are the winner today, please take a screenshot and send it to us on Facebook Messenger, and I will send you a free pulse test. That is a test of your language level. It's usually $30 on the OET website. I'll share the link shortly. But if you win the quiz today, you get a free pulse. But we need to see evidence. We need to see your screenshot with you in the number 1 spot. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. Turn the volume down. Let's see how we go. So if you've never played before, don't panic. It's really easy. Just go to the website kahoot.it. So go to this website, kahoot.it. I'll type it in the chat box. Okay, so go to that website and put in the code which is on the screen here, 92577741. Type in that code, choose a name, and you will appear. There we go. If it's your first time, kahoot.it on a browser, type in the code on the screen and type your name. Can you hear the music? I don't know if it's just on my screen. Might be annoying. Okay. Oh, nice names. Hello, Ecstasy. Hello, OET Fighter. Alex Pro Dragon. Okay. We ready to go? Elizabeth, you're in. Okay, I'm just going to type the code into the chat box in case somebody joins us late. 7257741. Okay, so you can join later. That's fine. Let's get started. 10 more seconds. And good luck. Remember, as fast as you can. Aim for accuracy. If you win, take a photo with your phone or a screenshot. Let's go. Nice work. 15 seconds. Have a wild guess if you're not sure. Three seconds. Okay. Oh, well done. Very. It's the correct answer. Number 1 spot is Anna. Good start. Next question. Great job. Good job. And thanks to those playing along in the chat box. Nice work. Everyone's got it. Method. Michael is asking for the pin. Just scroll up, Michael. It should be there. All right, we've got a new leader. Well done. Afzalz. Question 3. Halfway. Ooh, very quick, some of you. Reduces, expose, exposure, exposed, exposing. Okay. Excellent. Reduces exposure, the noun. Oh, Anna's back in front, but it's very close. Look at this. Okay, question 4. Treatment for an should be the noun. An addiction. Ooh, Anna's holding on. Sarah and Truman, top 3. Second last. Good. This is collocation. Susceptible to. Susceptible to. Anna, you're killing it. Well done. Okay, this is the final question. Okay, everyone's really going for it now. Has Anna held on to the lead? Beautiful job in the chat box. Everyone playing along there? All correct. 2 seconds. That's it. Excessive use of painkillers. All right, here we go. Well done, Misbah, 3rd place. Great. And Truman, number 2. That was a tough fight. Number 1, who is our pulse winner? Anna, well done. You led almost the whole way there. Anna, if you can grab a screenshot so that I can see you are the winner, and then send it via Facebook Messenger to OET, and I will respond to you. Congratulations, Anna. You are fast and accurate and a deserving winner today. Well done. Grab your screenshot. Don't forget that. All right. Whoops. Okay, thank you guys. Well done. Thank you for playing along there, and well done those of you playing in the chat box. I know it can be hard to juggle both browsers, but you did a very good job. Okay, so let me tell you what's coming up for the rest of this week. We're just here on Monday with Improve Your English. Later in the week, we've got some All-Stars classes. These are free sessions. They are run on our Facebook group and sometimes on our YouTube channel as well, on our Facebook page, I should say, for OET. This is what's coming up this week. So tomorrow, oh, sorry, just ignore those dates. They're the wrong dates. Tomorrow, imagine Tuesday, July 5th, my mistake. West London English School is doing selecting and organising case notes, a class about writing. On Wednesday, July 6th, ignore that, Q&A with Rebecca. Thursday, TTM English is looking at paragraph function in reading A. That will be a great addition to this class. And Swoosh on Friday, essential skills for reading B. So during the week, plenty to do. Q&A, 2 reading sessions and a writing class, all for free on the OET Facebook page and on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notified when these things appear. And for me, coming up next week, or for you rather, this week, make sure you set your goals for Improve Your English. I'll share again the link to download your study plan. And also be sure to have a look at that phrasal verb lesson. So next week you should know those phrasal verbs off by heart completely. Okay, so I've just shared that there. And coming up next week in our Monday session, so this is week 3. We've got 3 more weeks together. Next week, next Monday is all about grammar, how to improve your grammar. So we're going to learn some stuff. We're going to play some games and some activities, do our week 4 quiz as well. After that, we've got listening, and our final session is all about writing and speaking too. So be sure to put it in your diary and come along to the Monday sessions. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the chat box. I'll try to answer what I can. Questions about improve your English in particular. Let's see. And remember that Rebecca will be here for her Q&A on Wednesday. So all of your OET questions you can save to answer her. Waleed said, did anyone get 6 out of 6? Oh, and Waleed, sorry, only one winner. Yeah, so in that game, you have to be the fastest and the most accurate. That creates the winner. So speed and accuracy. Thank you. Facebook page, sure. Oh, actually, I'll get it for you, but you can access it on that homepage that I just shared. There's a thing which says join the community, but just a second and I'll pop it in the chat box there. And Anna, are you here? Congratulations. Oh, there you are. Congratulations on your win. I hope you got a screenshot, Anna, and just send us a message on Facebook and I'll follow that up for you. Okay. So there's the Facebook group. No problem. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope that you know a bit more about sleep. I do. And I hope you have a great sleep tonight and spend this week working on improve your English, set your goals, use the study planner, put your questions or comments into the Facebook group. We are always checking in over there. And I look forward to seeing you again next Monday. So have an awesome week. Study hard. See you soon. Bye.